Hi everyone, this is Aman Sophia, Assistant Professor in Triple Department. Welcome to WITS Connect. In today's lecture, we are going to see about the different components of overhead lines. See why we are using overhead line means we all know that electrical energy will be generated at the generating station. That energy which we are generating has to be sent to the consumer premises from transmission to distribution to consumer premises. So how it will be transmitted means through overhead conductor lines, nothing but OH lines. So for effective and efficient operation of overhead transmission lines will depends on its mechanical design, right? So how will so in general there are different types of components of overhead lines. So already we discussed like conductors, supporters, insulators, cross arms and clamps, guides and stays, fuses and isolators, lightning arresters, earthwire and so on. These are the different types of these are the different type of main components of overhead lines. In today's lecture we are going to see about the guides and stays, lightning arresters and guarding of OH lines. Okay, let us discuss about guards, guides and stays. See here, it is necessary to support the poles when conductors run at an angle, right? So that pull created at overhead lines has to be balanced. So we have to support the poles when the conductor runs with an angle. So that can be done by using a guy wire. So how it is how we are doing it means the wire is tied between the pole and stay tighter. So the particular wire is called as a guy wire, and the stay rod is well set in around concrete foundation before the line conductors are stretched on the poles. You can see in the figure, and guy wire is fixed to the pole by means of clamps, and then guy wire is tied to stabo. Coming to the see there is this guy wire is a this guy and stay wire is placed with some angle, right? So the minimum angle between pole and stay wire will be of like 30 degrees. So there is a minimum angle, and the stay set will consist of ms rod of 19 millimeter guy wire. The stay set will consist of an ms rod of 19 millimeter dia, as well as stay bow, check nut, thimble and stay wire. The stay wire will be having a 7 by 20 SWG, and stay clamp, cast iron anchor plate with a dimensions of 450 into 450 millimeters and having a 4.8 mm hole in the structure. This is about the guy wire. And coming to the lightning arrestor, lightning arrestor is a device which provides a protection to the electrical equipment against lightning surges. The equipment which provide the protection to the electrical equipment against lightning surges is known as a lightning arrestor. Suppose when a high voltage occurs, lightning arrestors provide low impedance path from phase wire to the earth and conducts high volt surges to the ground. So in this manner, lightning arrestor will provide the electrical equipment. Coming to the guarding of OH line means see a guarding is to be provided in case of road, railway lines and telephone line crossing, as well as river or at valley crossing also we are placing guarding. So what is guarding in overhead line means a guarding is provided for the safety of line insulators, for the safety of life installation and communication circuits. We are providing guarding. So the guarding of 11 kV lines is provided at road crossing, canal crossing, railway crossing over low tension lines or communication lines. So regarding guarding of line crossing, are approaching each other from the Indian Electricity Rules 87 will provide the all important guidelines. So all important guidelines. Whereas Indian Electricity Rule 88 will provide that every guard wire shall be connected with the earth at each point at which electric continuity is broken. These are the two electricity rules which are giving the information about the guarding of line, and every guard wire should have sufficient current carrying capacity to ensure the circuit at dead ends without risk of fusing the guard wire. And there are various other rules related to the guarding wire. It's like in a electricity rule of 88 will also explain about the guarding of the OH lines. And coming to this guarding system will be classified into two types, like cradle guarding and cage guarding. Coming to the cradle guarding is provided when the conductors are in horizontal or delta formation, as in case of 11 kV lines. So if 11 kV lines is provided within delta formation, means at there we are using cradle guarding, and the cradle guard is directly connected to an earth wire. If a line conductor breaks, it will fall on the ground, thereby blowing the fuse or tripping the coil of a circuit breaker. When an low tension line crosses a road or railway line, it is in the horizontal formation. This is about the cradle guarding. Coming to the cage guarding is provided on LT lines. LT lines means low tension lines with vertical formation. You can see here the guarding is provided in the vertical formation, whereas in cradle guard will is provided in the horizontal format. The guard should be made of the some material as used for the earthware. So the material which we are using for earth material is will use the same material for guardware also. In a low tension lines, the guard is connected with the neutral and insulated from the earth by means of porcelain. In case of a live conductor, if it breaks, it comes in contact with the guard, which causes a short circuit between the live conductor and neutral, causing the fuse. So it will cause the neutral, causing the fuse to blow, the circuit breakers to trip. And every tapping point or dead end and angle deviation requires a stay wire. So in this manner we are placing the cage guarding. And coming to, if we want to estimate the overhead lines, means there are some steps to estimate the overhead lines. Like first of all, if we want to design the overhead line, means first of all will determine the number of spans. So the number of spans can be calculated by using the formula like number of spans is equals to length of the transmission line by average span. So from this formula will determine the number of spans. Once the number of spans is determined, means we can easily determine the number of poles required by the OH lines. From the formula, this number of poles equals to number of spans plus 1. So as we know that there are two types of poles, like straight poles as well as H-type poles. For straight poles we will use the formula like number of spans plus 1. Coming to the H-type poles are double pole structure, it requires 2 poles. So after the determination of the number of poles will determine the length of the conductor. So length of the conductor can be determined by as the length of line into n plus 4% of sag and wastage. Here n nothing but the smaller nothing but number of conductors. So number of conductors, so number of conductors will be fixed like for single phase system number of conductors will be 2. For 3 phase system number of conductors will be 3, and for 3 phase 4 wire system, number of conductors will be 4. So by using this formula, we will find the length of the conductor. So after that, we have determined the number of insulators. See, there are different types of insulators, like pin type insulators, suspension type, strain type, shackle type insulator, right? See, uh, pin type insulators are required for straight run, and shackle as well as strain insulators are required for the poles at dead and are cut points. So the number of insulator will depends on the type of system and the number of poles. So based on that, we'll place the insulators. And after that, we have to find the cross arms. So usually each pole is fitted with one cross arm. If there is a sudden diversion, two cross arms may be used for that pole. If a sudden diversion, then only we are using two cross arms. Otherwise, we'll prefer one cross arm for one pole. And after that, we have to determine the GI wire, or we can also say that GS wire, nothing but galvanized steel wire. So usually we'll prefer 8 SWG GI wire is used for earth wire, and so this the same the same wire can be used for guards and for earthing also. So the total length of the earth wire will depends on the total length of line, number of earth points to be provided. So based on this, the total length of the wire will be dependent, and earth wire is passed over the transmission lines. So you can, if you want to observe the earth wire, means that at the top of the pole will place the earth wire. Next, after that, we have determined the stay set as well as earth set. Generally, stay sets are provided for dead end poles and cut point poles, and one for every fifth pole. Two sets for dead end poles and one for every fifth pole, and one earth set is provided for every fifth pole. So after determining spans, poles, length of the conductor, insulators, cross arms, GI wire and earth set, at last we have to schedule the material what we require. So how will schedule the material means, by taking a tabular column, like what are the material with specification, its quantity as well as its cost. So by this process, we'll schedule the material required for the OH lines.